Well, this is probably the last morning in the van for a couple of weeks. The joys of trip prep when you live jammed into a van. So food-wise, I always try and do things quick and dirty because I don't like a whole lot of prep. So I start with dinner. I have 4 nights on the trail with a possible 5th if my ride out falls through. So I have 5 dinners. In addition, I do 2 tortillas a night. I don't need any for the last night since that's a spare. So I have 8 tortillas for dinner, and then I have 1 a day for breakfast, which I combine with peanut butter. Okay, so that's breakfast. Then I'm doing 2 of the Nature's Bakery fig bars a day. I have an extra builder bar or 2. I'm probably going to drop 1 or 2 of those. I then have 1 other big item for the day, so either beef jerky, trail mix, or these pretzels. And then I have some sweet items that I carry around. Usually the raisins and the Skittles are like a dessert item, and the cookies are for throughout the day. And then if I feel like I'm a little bit light, I'll throw in a couple of these Cliff Builder bars, which work pretty well for me. And of course, the big thing for me is all of this is just straight off the shelf, so it's really easy to just grab Triage into my food bag, and then I'm good to go. I don't have the time to screw around with the dehydrator, even if I had, wall power. Honestly, the hardest thing is just trying to predict how much food I'm going to need, because obviously I've been doing some. I was just out for 10 days, but I am not really up to my normal, hiker hunger that I only get after about 2 months out on the trail. So it's a balancing act. Worst case, I carry a little bit of extra. It just really bites to run low. How heavy is it? Too heavy. Always feels too heavy anyway, but what you gonna do? And then, of course, the most important item in my food, coffee. Also, I'm still not doing any sort of particular electrolyte powder. I've just been sticking with these Crystal Light lemonade packets. They help me get watered down, which is the bigger thing. I put 1 of these in 1.5 liters. I can chug it. Otherwise, 1.5 liters is a little harder to get down. So water-wise, I'm still doing my standby. This is 2.5 liters, and I like the taller bottles because they fit better in the pockets of my pack. Smart water 1.5 liters have been harder and harder to find, so I've started using these Defies since they're on the market here. And then to carry extra capacity, I have this. This is actually a 6-liter drum, which should be way more than I need, but as the San Diego Trans-County Trail showed, sometimes you have long water carries, and I'm going to be doing the Condor Trail right after this. And while I'm probably not going to use it much, I am carrying my normal Sawyer Squeeze water filter along with the CNOC. I finally was able to get it replaced, so this one doesn't have any holes for the moment. So obviously I have my rain gear since I'm looking at rain come Monday. Normal rain jacket, my rain gloves recommended by Skirka, and my ULA rain skirt. And then, against my better judgment, I'm throwing in 1 other item, going to try it yet again. It's a sun umbrella. I'm going to try it in the rain. It's probably just going to sit in my pack the entire time though. Last time I did this trail, I actually carried the umbrella, and right when I got to use it, right when the rain started, that was when Taters had joined me, and she let me know she hadn't brought any rain gear. Here we have Blondie in a nice little umbrella with no rain jacket, because somebody didn't bring a rain jacket, and that's why we got rain. So my cook kit is exactly the same thing I always use. I have a Soto Windmaster, my cup, hot lips, a lighter, and then I use the MSR Titan kettle because I like being able to fit a medium fuel canister in there, and that'll be enough to get me through the trip pretty easily. So keep in mind, since I am doing this as a prep trip, I am obviously not cutting things as much as possible. This is kind of the same kit I'm going to be using on the CDT. So the shoes are just my Yield Standby, my Ultra Olympus. I have 2 pairs of medium crew cut hiking socks plus 1 sleep socks. Obviously, I have my super light camp shoes that I love. I am hoping to swap out for shorts on this one, but they're coming in the mail, so until then I have the same pants I was using on the San Diego Trail. I have 2 pairs of hiking underwear. These Under Armour pairs are the best thing I've found for preventing thigh chafe on long days. And then I have a pair of sleeping underwear. Again, that's something that helps me recover better at night. I have my sun hoodie, my usual orange buff cut in half, my Dirty Girls. These are my wind layers. I have the Houdini and the EE wind pants. Those, again, I really like in high wind for mosquitoes, etc., and they weigh pretty much nothing. I have a pair of long johns in case I need an active layer on the bottom. And then I have my sleep shirt, which can also double as a town shirt or a sleeping shirt. And then I have my insulating layers. I have the EE Torrid in custom colors, which I really like. It's super light. And then I have this fleece jacket. It's an Arc'teryx Fortes, I think. I really love it. I love the color. It is a little bit on the heavy side, and I am kind of eyeing getting a micro grid fleece like those Mellies that everybody's running around with, just because I need something that's an active layer that I can sleep in, but I could save a little weight. Honestly, these zippers are kind of a waste on me. Then, of course, my Ditty Bag is kind of the same as always. I have my dental hygienic taco. I have my coffee and my spoon, so it's easy to find. I have my InReach, my first pair of headphones, peepers, buff that I used to sleep, and this is my batteries. I am going to carry the full 30K because, again, I'm trying to get ready for a bigger trip. And this is my kind of 10 essentials extras. I have everything from my EpiPens to some wipes to, you know, the extra lighter, the extra lip balm, and cash. Now, you might have noticed that that did not include a headlamp, and there's a good reason. I tried, just out of laziness, not to ever have to get into the main pocket, the main thing of my pack, so I used these little pockets down at the waist belt. And since my headlamp is used most of the time at the end of the day, I keep it accessible. Also, I swapped the strap out for one of these shock cord solutions, and this really lightens this thing up. In addition, I have a bug net, which I'm never not going to carry because I've been burned too many times, my sunglass case, and then this is the sunscreen blister tape, anti-chafe gel, etc. that kind of goes in there, and my knife. So knives are one of those things where the more I thru hike, the smaller my knife gets. So where am I at this year? It's got scissors and an itty bitty little knife. I had to put this bracelet on so I wouldn't lose it. Also in the pocket with my blister kit and anti-chafe kit is a very, very important little baggie. Ibuprofen and Imodium. That is probably 90% of what I use outside of blister tape. And then, of course, my usual poop bag, which has wet wipes, because I find it's a lot easier to keep clean with those, a shovel, and hand sanitizer. And then a bag to pack them out. Tent-wise, I still have my trusty Nemo Hornet. It hasn't worn out yet. I am tempted to swap it out for a bivvy just so I can stealth a little better, but oh well. I did repackage the Nemo into this because the stuff sack was a bit heavy, so this has the fly, the tent, and the stakes, and then I just always keep the poles on the outside here with the water bottles. My sleep system is my standby Nemo switchback foam egg crate pad combined with a Sea to Summit pillow and my 10-degree Western Mountaineering mummy bag. I still really like using the mummy bag. I do own a quilt. I usually only use that when I'm out there in my bivvy. And since I'm constantly getting in and out of my phone, I use this little phone pocket on my shoulder strap. Right now, this is the one made by HMG. It's kind of my favorite. I also own the ULA one, which is a little more basic and had some issues when I got in really, really wet weather. So yeah, there you go. All packed, ready to go. I'm usually somewhere in the 20s, depending on the food and the amount of water being carried, which not too bad once it's on your back. Also, since there are water availability issues on the west side, to prevent having to carry like 2 days of water, we're probably going to cache. So there you go, quick and dirty. Now I'm basically ready to go. I'm just cooking lunch and then the van goes into storage. We go up to Santa Barbara for 2 nights in a hotel and then I get to hiking.